I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 96 of the SZN Podcast. As always, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, please guys, make sure you check us out on the streaming platforms. Head over to our Instagram or our Twitter. There's a link in our bio on both of those sites there. And that has a link. Click on that link and that takes you to all of our links, wherever we're situated at, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, etc. That's SZN Pod or SZN Podcast. Let's get straight into it, bro. How you doing? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good still.
Yeah, I'm tired, but you know, always here, always ready to show up, always ready to get to work with this boxing thing, man. It's gonna be an interesting episode this week. Because there's a few fights we can preview for next week, and a fight that I want to review. I would say they're all kind of under the radar kind of fights. They're not massive fights or huge names per se, but definitely everything's worth talking about, right? So, what do you fancy starting, Flowz, this week? Do you want to start with the Bam Rodriguez Rungvisai fight review? We didn't really touch upon it last week, but I think it's definitely a fight that's worth reviewing for sure.
Yeah, it is. You've mentioned it now, so let's start there.
We'll go straight into that.
Stuck into that one.
This fight was on the weekend, wasn't it?
Sunday morning.
Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah. It like I said, it wasn't a fight that we touched upon last week. Jesse Rodriguez, I think, is a fighter we haven't really touched upon on this pod before, if I'm being brutally honest, Flowz.
I think we mentioned it last week briefly, though.
Briefly mentioned, but we'd never really gone into like him or discussed him.
Yeah, we haven't.
That division or that 115-pound division is kind of dominated by Chocolatito, isn't it? And Estrada. Those are the main two we've touched upon, but we haven't really touched upon the rest of these guys. But I can
we've mentioned Rungvisai before.
Yeah, we mentioned him. Yeah, he's worth mentioning. But yeah, so we haven't really gone into Bam Rodriguez before too tough. But Flowz, I can assure you, we're going to talk about him a lot now. Rest assured, listeners, we're going to talk about Bam Rodriguez. This is a very, very talented kid. I say kid, he's 22, right? He's young. He's very young.
Yeah.
And he has all the talent in the world. I'm going to be so real. Listeners, Jesse Rodriguez, I'm going to say it, bro. It's a remember the name kind of moment, because what he's done to Rungvisai in 8 rounds, I'm probably butchering that name in it. How do you say it?
So Rungvisai, I think.
Rungvisai. Rungvisai, yeah. Okay. What he did to Rungvisai in 8 rounds, special stuff. Special stuff. He's on a bit of a streak as well, because I don't know if you know, Flowz, obviously the last guy he beat for the belt, for the WBC flyweight belt, was Quadras, who's also a bit of a demon in that weight class as well. He's also a very, very good world-class fighter in that weight class. So yeah, man, this Bam Rodriguez guy, he's worth looking out for, because he looks to be rising. His stock is rising. This fight against Rungvisai, it was, I think the best way I could put it, really, Flowz, is you saw a really talented up-and-coming young fighter versus a slightly jaded, slightly perhaps over the hill older fighter. And it was one of those moments where it's like a changing of the guard. Let's put it that way, right? I think Rodriguez has been open before, prior to the build-up, saying that he grew up kind of watching Rungvisai go toe-to-toe with Chocolatito and beat Chocolatito, those times and stuff. So like he's grew up almost idolizing this guy, or, you know, these other guys. So to get in there with the ring and to dismantle him like that, beautiful stuff. Superb performance. Before we sort of break down the fight, I guess, how it happened, what are your thoughts, I guess, on just Rodriguez and how he dispatched a quality opponent?
Bam's cold, man. He's another one. I was super impressed with that performance. Footwork, the changing of angles, the countless shots he was landing. Yeah, he was mashing the work. he was schooling my man, which is which is scary to say. He really schooled him. Brilliant stuff. Fast, quick on his feet, picks brilliant shots. Yeah, great performance, man. And yeah, scary prospect for that division now, because I know he moves around. I think he's sticking around at this division.
Yeah,
now.
because that fight against Rungvisai, I think he came up. I think he moved up. Before he was he was the weight class below, I think. So
yeah. So when he beat Quadras, he moved up to that division. But I think he's been at that division before in his career. So I think he moved down and now he's moved back up. So I think he's settling at this weight, and it's a good weight division, man. It's
very competitive. Yes,
it's a good one.
Yeah. The fight itself, I think from the opening stanza, what you can notice as well, which is difference in styles. Rungvisai is known as being a fearsome power puncher in that division. His knockout ratio for that weight is insane. I think he's out of the 50 wins, he's won 43 by knockout, I believe. So he's a serious power puncher. Just ask Chocolatito. He hits hard. And you could see that his game plan was, I guess, to set he wasn't really moving. It wasn't much footwork involved. He wasn't light on his feet. It was set his feet early and go for what he knows, which is the big, powerful shots to try and slow down Rodriguez, who from early you saw was very light on his feet, very slippery, moving around over time, switching the angles over time. And yeah, I think from round one, I just could tell it was going to be a long night for Rungvisai, because he couldn't get to, he was trying to pin Rodriguez down, and Rodriguez was just too good with the footwork, too educated with the footwork, and then also too slick. The jab, Flowz, the jab could not miss all night.
Yeah,
I think it got to I think it was at round 4 where they brought the jab stats and they saw that Rungvisai had landed 5% jabs, 5% of his jabs. Rodriguez had landed about 60% of his jabs. The disparity between the jabs landing was insane. Just using the jab all the time to not only set up his own offense, which is all I had to see, but also to disrupt the rhythm of Rungvisai. Every time Rungvisai tried to get anything going, we just get a jab to the face, disrupts his rhythm instantly. And then Flowz the angles. I mean, the commentators were mentioning that apparently this Rodriguez guy is a massive fan of Lomachenko. I can see, because the way he was using the angles to pop Rungvisai's shots left, right, and center, beautiful work. Rungvisai looked like he was flat-footed and just heavy-footed, going through treacle against a guy that's slicker, smarter, better punch selection. Rodriguez won every single round. It wasn't competitive to me. I can't lie. It wasn't competitive. He won every single round.
He scored it, bro.
Yeah, it was. And let's not. This is no cannon fodder, small fry soup can, as you like to say, Flowz. This is double SR. Like he's a big deal in that division. Yeah. Big deal. So yeah, man, it was a really impressive performance. Like, I can't stress that enough, man. And I think he dropped him in round 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Dropped him in round 7. It was there was a couple of times where he used the check left hook and caught my man coming in bare times, and he's just like, you know the ones where you get caught with check left hook and you're stumbling like Ricky Hatton did.
Your body's swinging.
Seesaw.
Oh man.
Oh man. And then in round 8, obviously, I think the round 7 sort of dropping took a lot out of SSR, and it's like, boy, what has he got left? He didn't look good. Then round 8, he closed the show. And Flowz, what was so impressive about this is, again, SSR is the power puncher. He's the power puncher. But Rodriguez looked like he was beating him up in there. And he was looking like the guy that was power punching. That's how, when you have such an edge in sort of speed and footwork and timing, etc., even if you're not a power puncher, if you're hitting my man at will constantly, this was an accumulation of punches, which is what really got to him. So it made him look like the power puncher. But he's probably not even the power puncher in there, but because he was so easy to hit, eventually he's going to accumulate, right? It's going to get to you eventually, and he wore him down and did what he had to do.
Yeah, and I was happy with the stoppage. I think the ref done the right thing to wave it off. He was piecing them up. Yeah, it was. You know, when you're watching, you're going, "Ooh, you're
Bro,
oohing and ahhing."
I like to call it doing the Tim Bradley. I was ooh.
Or
that's what I was doing.
Lennox Lewis. Oh, the way Lennox Lewis such. Whoa! Every those shots were landing clean.
Yeah,
clean, and they were meaningful. And there were some sweet counters there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's scary because, like you say, we like to say Chocolatito, Estrada, the main men in the division. Bam's coming for them.
He is.
Bam's
for them. He fully is. He fully is. And that's a statement win. Because SSR beat Chocolatito twice. Let's not forget. Back to back, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did he stop him?
Yeah, I think the first one was UD. Second one was a knockout, I swear.
Yeah. I think he stopped him with one of them.
And Chocolatito is considered the best in that division. So, boy, yeah, man, he's coming. He's coming, and these man better know.
Yeah, obviously I think we wanted to see Estrada Chocolatito rematch.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, we did.
We want to see what the third. Is it fourth? Is it the third or fourth? We want to see.
I think it's the third.
The third, yeah.
How many times they fought? They fought ages ago. Time. They ran it back.
Yeah.
Did he run it back again?
Let me check. I've got it up here. Hang on. Second. Okay, yeah, that was recent. Chocolatito. He lost that first one. I think no. So I'm saying the first one. Yeah. So the first one, Chocolatito won,
and Estrada won the second.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we want to see the third, right? Yeah, that's what we're waiting on.
It's the third we're trying to see. Yeah.
Because
Estrada's actually, funny enough, Estrada's fighting Joshua Franco next.
Yeah. That's a good fight, but I expect Estrada to win still.
Yeah. Chocolatito's the zone as well. Yeah. In fact, they're both the zone, huh?
Yeah, they both fought on the zone. So
yeah, it's happening. Rodriguez is fighting Chocolatito. Well, I don't know next, but it's gonna happen. Regardless, it's gonna happen. That's a money fight, because Chocolatito is a massive draw. That's a big money fight.
And obviously, Bam Rodriguez is emerging star now. I know he's
got a belt, so that makes it even more worthwhile, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out for him.
Yeah, no, look, listeners, pay attention to Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He looks like he's the real deal. Super talented fighter, young as well. Very exciting to watch. Good boxer. Yeah, man, thoroughly impressed with that performance. These two performances back to back against Quadras, I remember everyone was really surprised by that performance. They didn't think he would do. He basically schooled Quadras as well. He went the full distance, knocked him down. I think in the later rounds, but it was a very surprising performance. And now he's done it back to back. So it's like, okay, he is the real deal. He looks like he's a problem. Kid's a big problem.
Be a real star because obviously Mexican-born American.
Yeah,
you could put a crowd.
Yeah. Well, you already know. Yeah.
You could put a crowd. So we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, for sure. That's the main fight we sort of wanted to talk about from the week. Actually, no, there was another card. I mean, there's a boxer card we can briefly touch upon as well, Flowz. That was on Saturday over here. I think the main talking point of his card was Mr. Aziz or
Adam Azim.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Azim. Sorry, keep saying Aziz.
I do that as well. I can't I do that as well.
Adam Azim. He's got a lot of tongues wagging, Flowz. He's got people talking. But I think from both of us, it's really the same sentiments as what we said about him last time, right? He's doing what he's meant to do. He's beating up bums. This is his fifth, sixth fight, so expected. We won't say too much until we see him get punched in the face at least. I think that's the best way we can put it, right? Yeah. He looks good though. I'm liking what he's doing. I like that he's dismantling these guys nicely, and I like that he doesn't waste time. He thought, F it, I'm just gonna get you guys out of here. Sometimes some fighters might take their time to warm up a little bit, but he's going in and trying to blast them out round one. So fair play to him.
Look, I can't even thought anything he's doing. He's giving me nothing to thought. He's cold.
He looks good. He looks good.
The punches he picks as well. The jab's there. First and foremost, the jab's there. He goes to the body, accurate with his shots to the head.
Yeah.
Footwork, I can't complain. Like what he's showing me is good.
Yeah.
He's promising. But he's doing it against people he should be doing it against.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think a lot of people are getting carried away already. And it's like, just wait a little bit because these guys aren't good fighters that he's fighting.
Yeah. And like we say, I just need to see him get hit once.
Yeah. See how he takes it.
First and foremost, I need to see how he takes the punch because, that's the first adversity. Right now, people aren't even punching him.
Yeah.
So take a punch first and then I'll be able to mark you a bit more. But right now, what I'm seeing is faultless, really and truly. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout to Mr. Azim. Keep doing what you're doing. That's all I want to say to him. Just keep doing what you're doing. And we might. I like the moment with him and Khan afterwards. Obviously, Khan's like his biggest idol. Obviously, I think both of them being Pakistani, obviously. So it's like, okay, next generation perhaps, which is nice to see.
What? Say British Pakistani, bro.
What?
You got to say British Pakistani.
Wait, well, I can't say Pakistani. What?
You can, but he's born in Britain, though.
Okay, but you know what I meant, though. You meant the hell? So I got to say British Nigerian, that friend.
Bro, I just go. I don't know. Actually, yeah, I'm bugging. Yeah,
you know what I meant, but you know what I meant. But it was a nice touching moment between those two because obviously, I think Khan specifically said he's coming to commentate on that fight, and just yeah. So it's nice that Khan is, I won't say take him under his wing, but showing him the love, and just sort of just being that, I guess, mentor figure, if that means anything. Which will mean a lot to him. So don't forget, Azim is only 19, isn't he? So yeah. His brother did his brother fight on the card?
I didn't watch the full card. When did I tune in from? The Tyler Denny fight, I tuned in. I was in and out of the card, to be honest. Yeah. I don't
recall if I saw his brother on the card as well, but his brother's doing something similar as well, I guess, in sort of just, they're moving him around a similar pace. He's beating who he should beat up. But he definitely seems the one that's, I guess, the Beyonce of the two, shall I say. He's the one that's got, not to par the brother, but I'm saying, he's the one that looks like he's got the star power at the moment.
Yeah.
But they're both worth checking out, the Azim brothers. They both look decent.
Is Azim always been with Shane McGuigan? From the get-go?
I feel like I don't know from the get-go, but I feel like he was with him last fight.
Everyone's with Shane McGuigan now.
Yeah,
you know what? I've criticized.
You have. I was going to say you criticized Shane a lot actually before.
Not
a lot, but you said, "Why is he getting all these fighters?"
No, it's because I seem to recall. I can't think right now. Wait, David Hayward with Shane McGuigan and got smoked, right?
Yeah.
A lot of fighters going to him and being the favourite getting smoked a few times. Who else was it?
Didn't George Groves get smoked with him?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Groves, Hay. But like fighters can improve, trainers can improve as well.
Yeah.
And I think he's one who's improved. So that's why I wanted to just say to point out my previous sentiments, which were I think I gave him props for Coley as well recently.
We did. So, he's done well with Coley, I think.
So he's definitely one who I'm seeing a lot of fighters go to, and he's doing a good job with his recent fighters. I just remember a couple of years ago that a lot of favourites were going to him and getting beat up and dropped and stopped.
Getting smoked.
I'm like, shit, what's happening in camp?
Yeah.
He's doing his thing right now.
Cool. That's it really. Short roundup in terms of what went down on the weekend. Let's move it along to what's coming up for this pending weekend. Again, as we sort of alluded to earlier, no major names that are really out, but still one or two decent cards, one or two decent fighters that we've mentioned plenty of times before in this pod, so we'll be remiss to not mention them again. We'll start with a home card first. BT have got a card. And we know that Joyce is on the card. He's fighting Christian Hammer. And also Callum Johnson's also on the card. I'm not too sure who he's fighting though, Flowz. I don't know if you can help me out here. I'll try and find it.
I'm not sure.
You just type in Queensberry Promotions. I didn't actually realize that Johnson was on this card until you mentioned it.
See, I'm never even sure of Queensberry. The fight might not even be happening.
That's rude. Okay, so we've got. All right, cool. So on this card, we've got Jason Cunningham versus Zolani Tete, Joyce versus Hammer, Callum Johnson versus Igor Mikhalkin. I feel like I've heard that name before, but I don't actually know who he is. Sam Noakes versus Mark Vidal. Nathan Heaney's in action. Henry Turner's in action. And Royston Barney Smith is in action. That's what Queensberry's site says. But yeah. Let's start with Callum Johnson. I don't really know his opponent. Let me see if I can get his record up.
Igor, what did you say his name was?
Mikhalkin? Russia.
Callum Johnson's coming back. Johnson's coming back from COVID.
Yes.
COVID?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was meant to be fighting Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Okay. Shame.
Big shame. I think Johnson could have won that as well.
Yeah. I think.
But in fact, could have probably blasted him out. Yeah, this Mikhalkin guy. Sorry.
He said he would have tried to.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kyle Johnson's such a fun fight to watch because it's one speed all the time, full steam ahead, no let off, same style. This Mikhalkin guy is probably going to get in from the same treatment. He's probably going to get blasted. He could get, Johnson's going to try and blast him out there. Mikhalkin, I've got his record 24 fights, 27 fights, 24 wins, 3 losses, 11 wins by KO, 37 Russian. He's even older than Callum. He lost his last fight against a French fighter who I've never heard of before, but it's 20-1. But yeah, this is, I guess, a nice little comeback fight for Callum because I feel like we haven't seen Callum for a while. We haven't seen him since last year. He fought, I think it was another Russian last year, where he went 10 rounds, won by majority decision, but it was an under the radar fight. So I don't think do you remember that fight?
No, at all. I thought his last fight was the.
Actually, let me double check.
The guy stopped and won, or early on, the guy blew out there immediately.
My box rec is talking rubbish, but he fought on the 9th of October. Server Emulayev, a Russian, majority decision 10 rounder. All right, because I swear we didn't cover it, but we mentioned about how he didn't look great in his last. Remember, I think we spoke about this. We spoke about this. We did speak about it. We both watched him. We said he didn't look good.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was his last fight last year. So, Johnson. I think one of the main things with his career, we like him and he's good and he's very dangerous, but it's just the inactivity. He seems to have long layoffs and injury issues, etc., which is a shame because it's we feel like he's in that domestic mix, and don't forget he's fought Beterbiev way back and he dropped him. So he's a super dangerous light heavy. But yeah, it's good to get a good look at him to see where he's at. Very unfortunate that the Joe Smith opportunity went for him, but a good performance here. He can definitely reinsert himself back in people's minds. I think that's what he should look for. He should aim for the knockout, which is what he always does anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, he should put in a statement so he can put his name back in the mix because really and truly, this kind of was his shot that Yard's getting.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's Queensberry playing Golden Goose because this really should have been our first shot.
Yeah.
And then it's playing around with their favourites. They're playing favourites.
Frank. Frank's got his favourites. Speaking of favourites or not a favourite, Mr. Joyce. Who, fresh after seeing Daniel Dubois, the guy who he beat and stopped, go and win the WBA regular title. He's got a nice little. This is literally Frank saying, All right. Here, damn, have a fight. This is a here, fight someone, fight. Like, yeah, he's up against Christian Hammer, who has been around the block and has been beat up multiple times. Joe Joyce is gonna destroy Christian Hammer. I'm sorry.
It's a shame because obviously this date was meant to be Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened. Joseph Parker's
pulled out. I don't know what happened there as well.
Both sides are blaming each other.
Yeah.
Joyce Parker's now signed with Boxer and Sky.
Yeah.
So, and apparently the fight was still try to be made, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Both sides are blaming each other. To be fair, it's not a sort of fight that people massively clamoring for. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
It's a better fight than him fighting Hammer. It showed us that they meant business kind of thing. It was a good fight to make. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah. But yeah.
Hammer has lost to, let me go for it, because Marius Wack in 2010, Tyson Fury. Povetkin, Ortiz, Tony Yoka, Huey Fury, Frank Sanchez. He's getting blasted out there. Joe Joyce can get him out there when he wants. This is even a step down from where Joyce has been fighting. Let's keep it a buck. This is a big step down. So it's just a keep busy fight for Joyce. Unfortunately that the Parker fight couldn't happen, because if he beat Parker, that's a huge statement win for him. So not much you can do. Just get him out of there and look as good as you can. And we'll keep it stepping. And they'll ask Frank, what next for him? And Frank will say something.
Well, they'll just wait around to
waiting around, literally. Yeah.
Usyk winner.
Yeah.
Because he's mandatory for the winner of that, right?
Yep.
So
he is.
WBA, is it?
No, it'll be WBO, no?
Yeah, WBO. Dubois WBO.
Dubois WBO,
yeah. WBO. So he'll wait around. The Parker fight was a risk anyway. So fair play to him.
Yeah.
Ducking smoke.
Don't forget, Joe Joyce he has to take risks. He's like what? He's 30, he's older than all of these lot. So don't forget, they're moving him quick because he's old. He has to take a risk. He's got no choice.
Yeah. And he's experienced. He's an Olympic medalist. So
long amateur career.
Yeah. We'll do his thing. There's not much we can say.
We're expecting a comfortable win for Mr. Joyce, the juggernaut. We look forward to seeing him back in action. It's good to see him in action, but it's just a shame that it's a step down fight, really. Which is, as fighters, you should be moving up each time, innit? So he hasn't got time to waste around. That's the thing with him. Clock's ticking for him. One more fight I want to touch upon, Flowz. Once again, it's not really much to touch upon, but it's worth mentioning. Marius Breidis is in action. He loves it. He's fighting in Australia. I think this is a mandatory challenger.
Okay.
It must be, because why would he go the way straight up unless they want the purpose or whatever? But he's up against Australian fighter, unbeaten Australian fighter called, I've got the guy's name up here. Jai. Oh boy, let me say this properly. Hang on. Jai Opetaia. I haven't heard of him. Don't really know the guys he's beat on his resume as well. I had a look at them. But undefeated. Had about 21 fights, I think, 17 wins by KO. Brings an undefeated record. Obviously, based off what we know of Breidis and the class that he is, he should come through this. And Breidis is, I'm expecting the Breidis W, but again, this Australian guy's bringing in sort of that unknown quantity, as we've mentioned before. So who knows? He might prove an upset. He's obviously in his hometown, so he'll have hometown support as well. But this should be a Breidis win, which will hopefully open the path to what we want to see, that fight with Okoli, that unification with Okoli, which Breidis said he's up for. So that's worth mentioning, listeners. If you fancy tuning into Breidis scouting job for Okoli, but hopefully he comes through this, because I do want to see that Okoli fight still. So
I don't think we'll see it. I don't think Breidis is interested.
He said he wants it. He was one. I mean, he pulled up to Cody. Remember Cody's last fight? He went. He got into the ring, innit? Like he said he's up for it, but I feel like the issue might be between the Sauerlands and Hearn finding a deal. I don't know.
They've done deals in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, I know, but the way Calla was talking, as if like Breidis is like he was trying to basically talk about like Breidis being the big boy, the A side, blah 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 blah, and it's like I don't know, I don't know if Hearn will have that.
Well, the way the Sauerlands have been doing business lately, I don't know for them. But I'm also hearing look, Cody might be moving away from Matchroom. And might be signed, and even 258 management. He might be moving away from them. We'll see. So let's keep your ears on that one because he might be. I'm not sure who he's signing with, but he might be moving away from Matchroom and 258.
Yeah,
and that's promising because maybe if he signs with Boxer, we get to see React Pro or Cody maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You know how,
but
yeah, I don't. You know how obviously before we talked about how we felt like a Coley going for Breidis first would be like the wrong move. He should go for the other two champs first.
Yeah.
I think now obviously I've changed tune. I've been like, nah, go for Breidis. You can take him now.
Yeah.
Are you the same as well? You want to see you don't mind him taking Breidis out first?
Yeah, I don't mind. It's like it's been what over a year since we're saying that.
Yeah.
Because we were saying that for a while.
Yeah.
We were saying he should fight the other champs for a while.
Yeah.
And now none of them have. I don't even know if these.
It seems like Breidis is the one that's closest. I can't lie, but that's the only one where I've seen actual like they've been face to face and whatnot. He doesn't even mention the other two. The other two aren't even mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, Makabu was meant to fight. What's his name? Canelo.
Yeah,
that didn't happen. I don't know. I've never seen Guillermo fighting it. I don't know when the last time he fought.
So let me even check when the last time he was out. And when was the last time Makabu was out?
Remember he had that close fought fight. He had that close fought fight, Makabu.
Oh yes, I remember. Guillermo has a Flowz. Guillermo has a force in 2019 apparently.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he has. He has a force in 2019. That's insane.
He's the super champ.
Yeah.
You see, the WBA are funny sometimes, right? They'll elevate him to champion in recess. 2019.
That's crazy for a champ, boy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but
they should just strip him then.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah, they should have stripped him by now.
Yeah, this cruiserweight division is funny.
It's a funky one, isn't it? It's a very funky one. It needs to like Cody. I feel like can be that star to just well him and React perhaps maybe, but
yeah,
to
clear out these bad who are no intention to unify.
Like 2019 as a champ, it's nonsense, man. Oh man, but yeah, that's it really for this week. Unless you got anything else to add, Flowz. Another short one for them.
Nothing to announce. We just had a few press conferences, though.
Yeah, we have had a few. Yeah, AJ Usyk. Yeah, that's kicked off.
Canelo Golovkin.
Yep. Flowz, bro. Usyk. When they had that stare down, Usyk, he looked on it still.
They both did.
Yeah.
They both did.
But Usyk, Usyk's got that evil eye. He's got that odds, like that evil mug. Obviously, these guys are saying like, Usyk's been fueled by war. It's different Usyk now.
Yeah.
AJ's did their smiling. This guy was fighting wars. Like, boy.
AJ posted holiday pics every day. with random quotes.
Oh my gosh.
We'll big fight.
Yeah, big fights coming up, man. Make sure you lot stay tuned. Obviously, we're gonna go through more.
Exciting times, man.
100%. But yeah, let's call it a wrap there. Let's leave it there. Once again, episode 96 of the SZN Season Podcast. I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
Keep supporting us and keeping it locked. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.